Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live. This week with special guest, Richard Ravenhawk.
How you doing?
Hi, Richard. It's nice to see you.
It's amazing to see. How many years have we known each other? I was
Oh
just
my
trying
goodness. It's been since 93, so that's 28 years.
to think. 93, I'm a psychic, not a math teacher, but it's been a hell of a long time.
Yeah. And I was surprised I was able to you do the mental math. Usually I have to take my socks off.
I count with my fingers and toes.
So, hi, everybody. As always, this is my favorite hour of the week, right here with you guys and our old friend, Richard Ravenhawk, who has known both of us longer than we've known each other, and that's a long time.
Absolutely, man. And the stories and the history and the you weren't here to see it, but we just finished talking for like an hour before the show, nonstop, experiences and funny stories and things we've seen, and we could probably go on and on for days, without having to stop
I
and take
think
a
you're
breath.
right.
Yeah,
I really think you're right. It's so great to see you. Now we're only going to have one point of view, so we'll be nice to you and hold up our cards. Okay. And do we have some viewers?
I don't know yet.
Oh, he always has to take a while to set up.
Oh, that's
which is
okay.
okay. You were at the Kitchener Psychic Fair.
I just finished the Kitchener show, and the neat thing about the Kitchener show is it was at the Hilton DoubleTree, and but the Hilton DoubleTree used to be the Holiday Inn, and that's where I did my very, very first psychic fair in 1985. In exactly the same room we were in this weekend. I walked in, and I felt like the Twilight Zone. I felt like I was being thrown way into the past. That's where I first met Ollie's father. Peter, yeah, he was a very, very celebrated psychic. He was amazing.
Yes, he was. And I met you and Fernando and Thomas Dyer. Well, they put me right next to his booth. So it was a printer over the tape recorder all weekend long. And I had called up based on one of the ads. And the Holiday Inn gave me Ginger, who was a promoter, gave me her number, and I called her, and she said, well, usually I don't do this, but I have a good feeling about you. So I was very flattered, but they put me next to the noisiest booth, and I have this feeling.
It was a test.
Yes, it was. But you took me right under your wing. It was so awesome. You got me on the first star circuit, which I'm really grateful for.
Oh, yeah.
But first time, well, actually, I think it was the second or third day, maybe the next to last or last day of the fair, Richard invited me to go on his television show, Psychic Dimensions.
You remember?
I remember.
I had that show for 3 years.
Oh, my goodness, in Grimsby.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
The whole Niagara Peninsula. I had Fernando on there, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I haven't seen Fernando in forever.
Oh, man. Well, he's still the same. He hasn't changed too much.
Well, that's good. Fernando is an awesome medium. If you're ever in Strathroy, you should look up Fernando.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fernando Sousa.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, Olive. High Priestess is with us as well. Patricia's here.
Oh, the gang's all here.
Hi, Marcy.
Marcy's our moderator.
Our first question comes from Patricia.
Okay.
Patricia's in a homeless shelter. She had just moved to Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
So she's just looking at some timing there and when she gets out of that homeless shelter.
Well, do you want to tackle that one, Sally? Or...
No, I'm going to let you tackle it. Patricia's a regular, so she gets me every week. You got to be bored of me by now.
I'm going to tell you something. The very first thing I get about Patricia is she's got a bigger heart than brains, I'm willing to bet that if you took her to the pound tomorrow and showed her two puppies, a healthy one and one with two broken legs, sure as shit, she'd probably go for the one, and it's could be part of what's contributed to her situation. But if I had to say, just off the top of my head, I'm thinking May. May is 7 months. So it's not going to be by Christmas. I wish I could tell you. You know, I wish I could tell you next Tuesday, Patricia. I really do. Hopefully I'm wrong and it'll be next Wednesday. But I'm feeling spring. I don't think it's going to be quite summer yet. May you're going to be out of there. I think you're going to meet somebody. And look at this. I drew the 3 of hearts. So completion, happiness. Maybe you're finally out of your bad boys are no good and good boys are no fun stage. So keep that in mind, and I hope that helps.
All right.
Patricia just escaped Ottawa.
Oh,
2 weeks ago.
I live in Ottawa. Good for you. I'm moving from Ottawa on the 29th. You know what I say about Ottawa? Even the black people are white, right? Ottawa is just a typical capital, cold. Nobody has any friends. If you didn't grow up in the circle, you know, you're always kind of like this. Not that I haven't made some good friends, but you know, you still don't feel like you grew up in that circle, you know. So it'll be good to see that go.
Yeah. Well, unlike Stratford, which Stratford's a beautiful city, but I always say Stratford has a way of picking people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because I know that I was picked by Stratford, and
yeah,
that's where I
definitely.
ended up.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
So who's next?
Our next question comes from Olive, who would like to know about her workplace. If there's anything she needs to know about that.
Okay, Olive. And anybody who wants, if you have a preference between the two of us, neither one of us will take offense. We're old friends. I'm not that old, but she is.
She started
Just let us know. Yeah, that's right. And Mom liked you best.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Olive, let's see if there's anything you need to know around the workplace. And I'm just going to pull up 3 cards. And I know I have to hold them up. So that I will do. And what you have is you've got the king of, you have the emperor, and he's followed with the king of pentacles. And I think this is talking about one person, because then it has this 4 of wands, which is about happiness in that. And you asked what you needed to know. There is one person in particular who basically runs the roost, and you need to make sure you get on the best side of the one who runs the roost. Find out how he likes things done and do it his way. Never forget who signs your paycheck, and you'll do fine, Olive.
Well, there's that. Anything to add, Richard?
I notice you're using the Visconti deck. I haven't seen anybody use the Visconti deck in ages. It's a very classic tarot deck.
I love the historical and artistic references. Another thing I like about this deck is that the book was written by the artist and not Stuart Kaplan. Sorry, if you want to know more about how to read a tarot, I have a Mystic Rendezvous retreat coming up on how to read the tarot on March 5th and 6th, and it's set up so you can come in with your brand new deck and leave on Saturday after, getting the time mixed up. You can come in Saturday morning with your brand new deck and leave Sunday afternoon able to read it competently.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, your tarot class is very popular. Everybody always walks away very happy.
Well, I always have a lot of fun, and I like doing it. If I do it in a retreat setting, then I have a group's undivided attention. For well over 24 hours.
Yeah.
And if I have your undivided attention and I can work with the group, that group energy is a very powerful thing, and it makes it so much easier to just open up your psychic centers, and it's great to learn in an area where you think you're surrounded by friends. And that's exactly what this retreat is all about. And it's a nice getaway for the winter.
Absolutely. Sally's a very, very good teacher. And, I'll tell you, if anybody can train Ollie, then Sally can teach you.
Okay, we'll just ignore that.
I will. I don't want to get in trouble.
High Priestess, we look forward to this every Sunday as well.
Oh. High Priestess, that's a lot of THC.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question is from Rahul. who's looking for his first girlfriend.
You take that one.
Okay. He's looking for a girlfriend?
Yeah, his first one.
His first one.
Yeah.
Wow. You never forget your first, you know? I never forget. I can still tell you my very first girlfriend's phone number. Like 35, not in a weird, creepy, kind of stalky way. I just, for some reason, I've always remembered her number. You know, there's always something about your first that you remember, you know? So he's wondering when he's going to meet her.
That is correct.
Let me see. Well, got the 7 of clubs, which is destiny. It means she's coming. You know, I'm getting the feeling that you're one of these people that are just predestined to meet the right person, and that's it. It may not be where there's been a lot of opportunities. Clubs definitely points to long term. There's something you're not seeing. I just drew the Jack of Spades for you, and if you take a look at the Jack of Spades, the very distinctive thing about him is he's only looking with one eye. He doesn't look with two. That means there's something that he's not seeing. I think there's somebody around you right now that kind of likes you. And you're not seeing it, maybe because of a little bit of a shy side. Oh, geez, I don't know. You know what? Maybe should I? You know, whatever. Maybe you just got to look a little bit deeper. But I'm seeing, based on the Jack of Spades with the 7 of clubs, that you know her now, or at least you know her through somebody. I'm thinking, wow. I'm thinking probably between January and March. So, you know, I think January, but if psychics are off, it's with timing. So give me until March for accuracy's sake, but it's not going to be another 5 months. There's somebody coming into your life. And if you don't know her now, you know who she is.
Well, there you go, Rahul. Looking up good for you. Just got to wait a few more months.
Remember to tune in every week and tell your friends about us. Like and subscribe. We have a goal that of 500 subscribers by Christmas. We're not the biggest YouTube channel yet, but we'd like to have 500 subscribers, and you guys can all help us achieve that goal by Christmas just by telling your family and friends about us and share our videos. It's all really appreciated, and we appreciate you. And we appreciate whoever's next with the next question.
Our next question comes from Cindy, who would like a general reading.
Okay. Well, Cindy, and
we do 3-card spreads for those most of the time. Sometimes it's a cross. Sometimes, actually, it's whatever Sally wants to do.
And these two just fell out, so I'm going to kind of run with it. First off, you've got the 5 of coins. And the 5 of coins for me talks about remembering, you know, I think that things are going to get a little bit better for you financially, but now is the time for you to really be focusing in on relationships and giving your heart to relationships. Actually put relationships above material benefit, okay? And I also see the overriding thing, that the Wheel of Fortune. So this tells me that the universe wants to be lucky for you. You know, good things want to happen to you. And the way to be happy is to focus in on those around you. Okay? And, we got some new beginnings, too.
You know, the very first card that I drew for you was the Ace of Spades, the ominous Ace of Spades, which is, you know, pretty much the death card in the tarot. It's a death and a rebirth. It's like the caterpillar becoming the butterfly. So, you know, this is a very, very big year for you, for transformation, for evolution, for recreating, for redefining, right? A life without passion is hardly worth calling a life, and it's our passions that empower us. So I think you're on the verge of finding your passion. The Ace of Hearts pretty much guarantees it, you know? So right now, over the next, say, 3 to 5 months, you're looking inside of yourself. You're finding a passion, and whatever it is going to lead to a little bit of financial success too. Probably, I'd say by 2025.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, wonderful. High Priestess has a question about her Sagittarius. Should she go get batteries or condoms?
So that's what they're calling it now, your Sagittarius.
She wants to know what the Sagittarius's intentions are.
what the Sagittarius is into. You want to handle that one, Stella, or you want me to take it?
No, you go ahead and take it. She hears my opinion every week.
Well, let me draw 3 cards for him. So let's see. Well, we've got the Queen of Diamonds. That's you. We've got the 7 of Diamonds, which isn't bad. Destiny, communication, fine. Oh, and the Queen of Hearts. Okay, the Queen of Diamonds and the Queen of Hearts. You are not the only one that the Sagittarius is talking to. Which may be okay if you're not committed, but you're not the only one. So I would proceed forward. The 7 of Diamonds isn't a bad card, but I would definitely proceed with caution because there's somebody there that you're not seeing. So his intentions may not necessarily be sincere when it comes for long term. If you're looking for fun and frolic, that never hurt anybody. But that would be my advice. Treat it that way. Don't make the mistake of, thinking you're going to fall in love and get married.
Yeah. You have to be realistic,
Absolutely.
Some relationships are for forever and some are just for fun.
Yeah, the good Lord gives us a top. Who are we not to spin it? But you don't have to marry him,
That is true.
Our next question comes from Sonia, who would like a general reading. She's not doing well this week.
Oh, Sonia, I am so sorry to hear that. Okay, so, and I'm going to let Richard go first, and I might put something in there.
Okay, now I'm not sure if you are asking a specific health question. If you, if you're not feeling well this week, I drew the 8 of clubs for you. Now, the one thing you have to know about 8 is 8 symbolizes patterns. 8 on its side is infinity. Okay? So if you're not feeling well this week, this is something ongoing with you that you're probably coping with or, you've been dealing with for a long time, on and off. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not in a position to diagnose, nor can I prescribe, etc. Talk to a professional. I'm just a psychic. But it is something that will come and go with you. Let me just draw on 3 cards for you in general. 1, 2, and 3. The Ace of Diamonds says snap out of it. You might be dealing with a little bit of depression or something like that, which is adding to your situation. And, you can have 2 people with exactly the same head cold, and this person feels awesome and this person feels down. This person will be better in 3 or 4 days. This person will be better in 6 weeks, So, you've got to focus a little bit on mental, emotional health. You've got to start thinking long-term toward the big picture, okay? And there's something that you're supposed to be learning from your past that's triggering all this. So even if it's something physical with the body, it all starts here and here. Some Reiki or emotional spiritual release work would be very good for you.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Oh, good. Sally knows everybody here. I'm a stranger.
Yeah, and
that's
why I'm kind of backing off and letting you do a lot of the readings because I know that our regulars would love to hear from you. A little bit of strange, right?
Yeah.
And if you would like to get a reading from Richard in person, contact the number on your screen, 416-898-4295, or send him an email at Yahoo. And the website is torontotarot.com. It's a brand new website, isn't it?
It is. I just had it revamped, and it seems to be going very, very well. It's got the SEOs, and I got the Facebook pixels, and I got this, and I got that, and everything. And my web guy is very, very good. Now we're working on doing it up for Web 3.0 because over the next year or 2, everything's going blockchain, and that's going to be a different game again. So the internet's going to be taking on a whole new twist. So I look for changes again around the end of 2022.
Yay!
Yeah, we're still trying to we're still trying to get our website up.
I've got a great guy for you.
Yeah, we're still at the DIY stage. I have it all designed. I have it designed on Canva, I have it designed for the PCs for the regular, and I also have it designed for mobile phones. And yeah, that's about how far I'm at. It's just I have I have the website done. It's just a matter of getting the domain name and getting it up there, and it's a little bit more complicated than I expected it to be.
Absolutely. Get ready to go blockchain. Get your unstoppable domain,
I
because
don't even know what blockchain means.
I guess I'll have to read up on that.
I'll teach you guys all about it.
Our next question is coming from Tanya.
Hi, Tanya.
She would like a general reading from Richard.
Oh, okay. Well, I just may be able to give you some general answers then. Let me see. Let me cut a card for you here. Ooh, 8 of Hearts. Ace of Hearts. If this next card's a heart, that's it. We're going to the casino right now. That's it. I'm not taking no for an answer. We're going to meet. It's a diamond.
Which you win at the casino.
I've got a funny story about casino. I'll have to tell you after. The general populace isn't old enough to hear it. But
yeah, you have to be at least 150 to know it.
Yeah. It's
don't take any wooden nickels.
Sally knows me very, very well. Life is a fine balance of the worldly and the spiritual. So, first of all, the 8 of Hearts. Okay. It tends to do with, 8 again is patterns and love, hearts. Even if you've never touched a deck of cards, everybody knows what hearts means, right? What do you think heart means? See, you're right. So, 8 of Hearts is, it can be relationships, but it can also be self-love and your relationship with yourself and spirit, etc. So I think this is a year where you're, just instinctively, I want to say you're diving a little bit deeper into your own spiritual side. Wouldn't surprise me you find yourself at one of Sally's workshops. And, you're a very old soul that's been going through this spiritual cycle for a long time. It may make human relationships very, very difficult for you from time to time because it would be hard to find people that would understand you, right? And also, like people with healers' hearts, they attract people that need healing, unfortunately. The Ace of Hearts, though, says that this is a big year for you for romance. I think especially starting the summer. So if you're in a relationship right now, you're finding a way to spice it up. Woohoo. And if you're looking for a relationship right now, because I didn't really draw any cards for your present situation, within 3 to 5 months, you are meeting somebody who's a little fun. The 2 of Diamonds means you've got some financial choices to make over the next 2 to 4 months. When you think of 2, it's always choices. It's crossroads, So this way, which way should I go? Which way should I go? I think that you're really taking a look at your finances and possibly even just psychically. I mean, I'm a channeler first and foremost. Looking at ways to develop other revenue streams. So by spring, you should have a couple things on the go.
Perfect.
And speaking of having things on the go, you've just, the psychic fair circuit has just opened up. So I know that Richard has a number of fairs coming up, and we'd really like you to tell us where you're going to be.
Well, this coming weekend, we're in Barrie, Ontario. Now, that's the last show for the year. After that, I've got a couple scattered home groups. I do like yourself, if people get friends together at home, then actually, you get a free reading for getting the group. And, here's fun stuff, but that's where I sit down and really focus in and we, try as much as we can to go over the details of your life, Starting the new year, I know that our first show is in Toronto, the first weekend. I'm not sure about the rest of the schedule, but starting March, we've got our Western Canada tour, which will be starting in Sudbury and ending up in Victoria, BC, the end of June. So that's going to be exciting.
Yeah. Patricia, make sure you come and see this guy. Hey, so you were talking about home parties and the home parties that you do. So, how many people do they require?
If I'm already in the area, a lot of people, if they know I'm doing a show, say, hey, can you come and do a group as well? If I'm already there, if 5 or 6 people, is fine. I'm not, it's really no overhead for me. If I have to make a special trip from wherever I'm living, like right now it's Ottawa, then, I need 10 people. It's a 3-day ordeal for me. It's a day just to drive. Then I got to spend the night. Then I got to do the readings. Then I can't go home after doing that many readings. I can't drive, so I got to spend another night. It's half my week. And gas, meals, rooms, expenses, I need 10 people. But if I'm already in the area, 5 or 6 people to stay over an extra night or two is no big deal.
Yeah.
But it varies, right?
But pretty much any of our friends in Southwest Ontario who have 9 other friends could set up a group with you. And it sounds like you do have some time maybe coming up over the holiday season.
Absolutely. And, I'm moving to St. Catharines the end of the month, so I'm looking forward to that. And, after that, 8 to 10 people if I make a special trip, and chances are I may be in the area. I still do a lot of radio in Chatham, and, I'm all over the place and different, so for sure.
I remember you being on my radio show. This is not the first Psychic Sundays. The first Psychic Sundays was in the mid-90s on AM 96 out of Cambridge, and Richard was on my show a number of times.
Yeah.
He's always one of my more popular guests.
Yeah, that was the good old days, man. I actually had a national radio network for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, back it sounds so weird. Around the turn of the century. 2005, 2006. Yeah, it just feels weird to say around the turn of the century, but I had my own national radio network, so
you feel all Edwardian, eh?
Yeah. At the turn of the century.
It's okay. At some point this holiday season, we're going to watch a 93-year-old Christmas movie.
Oh, I know, right?
Our next question is from Suzanne,
Hi,
who wants to know
Suzanne.
about her work life and her social life for November.
Okay, so.
Would you like to do that?
Oh, I think
Sure.
Suzanne's bored with me, but
okay.
Our next question is for Richard, anyhow.
Okay, Suzanne.
Okay.
Whoops. Okay, so you want to know about your work and your social life?
Yep, for November.
Okay, so I'm going to draw some more cards, but I'm going to tell you that the 2 that popped out, you've got the 4 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. So I can tell you already, you might find it a little difficult to make forward progress through the end of the month, which is only a couple more weeks. The cards seem to be saying it's time for you to just be still for a bit, heal, and find out where you're at. And I think that's about right, because you've just been on the go, and it sounds like you've changed directions a few times over the past few months, and maybe it is time for you to slow down and kind of just catch up with yourself, take a rest, take care of yourself, go get a facial and a manicure, and let's see. I am going to draw 3 more cards because these 2 came flying out, but I would expect that they're going to be pretty much well the same. Okay, so, it does. You get the 8 of Swords. I mean, the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands goes right with the 8 of Swords because it's kind of saying that once you get past the holidays, you're going to find things picking up again. And the 8 of Swords is basically inferring to me that it is 4 to 8 weeks of sort of a quiet time, which is a good thing. Sometimes things like that are a blessing in disguise, because this is a time for you, like I said, to find your feet again. The 4 of Wands, a lot is about community coming together and the support of those around you, and you've kind of lost your way a little bit. So this is a good time for you to reconnect with friends and business associates, and just kind of find out which way the wind's blowing, find out where you stand with people. So a good time for self-reflection, meditation and just study and get ready for things to get active again after the first of the year. And last but not least, you do have the death card, which talks about transitions coming your way as you get into 2022. And I'm sure once the year of the tiger comes in, I think that's February 1st, everybody's going to notice a big change in the energies. Okay, so this is a good time for you to just take it easy and take inventory and be ready for some big changes coming up in 2022. Okay, so what do you see?
What do I see? While you were saying that, I was thinking primarily about her and career. And, well, we got the 9 of diamonds, and I'll show them to the screen. We got the jack of clubs, and we've got the 10 of spades. Sorry, I don't have a good poker face. Unless I'm playing poker, in which case, watch out. But, the 10 of spades is probably... The 10 of spades is the 10 of swords in the tarot. You've got to understand the playing cards are a simplified form of the tarot. They were invented in the Dark Ages as a game so that witches, etc., could escape persecution, right? So the 10 of spades is the 10 of swords. And it's probably the worst card in the entire deck for confusion and depression and, things like that. I'm going to interpret that as bad politics around you, And I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but, if you've drawn the 10 of swords or the 10 of spades, I'd probably say it's safe to say that, you work with a few whiny bitches, Even the guys don't want to be called a whiny bitch, don't act like a whiny bitch. So, there's a little bit of things going on with politics this year. It shouldn't be lasting very long. I get the impression psychically that there's going to be a bit of a change-up coming, and there's going to be some people going that probably shouldn't be there. And by summer, you should feel a little bit better. The Jack of Clubs is a mentor that's coming into your life. This is somebody that sees clearly. One thing about the face cards is they either look this way or they look this way. He's looking this way, which means he's a visionary. He's not drawing from his past. He's looking with both eyes. He's got a clear vision. And he is almost like paving the way for you to either move upward within career or outward and a step up somewhere else, okay? The 9 of diamonds says, listen to him, okay? Listen, because whatever this mentor that's coming into your life is going to help you with, he's going to implant a seed that probably within the next 3 to 5 years is going to put you in a very, very confident space. So I don't see it as being a bad reading. Just watch out for the yada yada bing bing. So good.
Yeah, we all gotta watch out for the yada yada bing bing.
We do, right? Yada yada bing bing is the worst.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as yada yada mucky muck.
Our next question is from Ava, who would like a general reading from Richard.
Ava, like Gabor. Remember Green Acres?
Yeah.
Darling. Ava Gabor.
Ava Gabor, yeah. Oh, I thought you said like the board. I was going to correct you. The board's name was Arnold.
No. Ava Gabor.
Yeah. Jaja's sister.
Yeah. New York is where I like to play. Oh, we got the 8 of diamonds. The King of diamonds. 9 of spades. Could you people please stay away from the spades? The 9 of spades is probably the second worst card in the entire deck for confusion and obstacles. It says that things may not seem easy right now or certain, okay? But, there's nothing about these two other cards that are supportive, meaning that it's anything specific. So probably you're dealing with a lot of worry right now and uncertainty, and you got to stop. I'm going to tell you something. You can never be tortured by the past or the future because they don't exist. You can only be tortured by your memories or your imagination. stop. I promise you that the day tomorrow is not going to be here anyway. You're not going to have to worry, right? So, start moving forward with confidence. The King of Diamonds looks like somebody you're saying goodbye to. Now, it could be relationship specifically, or it could be, somebody that you're just very close to that's exiting out of your life. Could be because of a toxic situation with the Nine of Spades. The King of Diamonds, again, only has one eye, and he looks this way. He looks to his past. He doesn't look to the future. Because he only looks with one eye, he hasn't learned all of his lessons. And he's got his hand out. Do you see that? It's almost like he's waving by. Okay? So somebody toxic is going to be exiting your life, and it'll be soon. Yay. The Eight of Diamonds says re-examine your finances. Because there's something, if this is also an aspect of you, there's something that you're not seeing right now. And there could be something that if you just organized a little bit different or found a way to invest or something like that, over the next year or two, it could pay off for you in a big way. So, in general, not a bad reading. I'm glad there was only one spade. So I'm not a huge fan of swords.
Spades.
Yeah, no.
Well, let's see how many spades Bernadette gets.
Oh.
She would like a general reading from you.
From me?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel so special and loved, and it's good. Let me see. Jack of Hearts. Ace of Spades. Seven of Diamonds. I'm going to start with the Ace of Spades, which is, again, death and rebirth, caterpillar, butterfly. You're going through a change or a transition. I think it ties into relationship, okay? I say that because of the Jack of Hearts. Somebody who, again, may have a little bit of maturity issues, only looks with one eye, doesn't always see himself in the mirror. But I believe that as somebody coming into your life. Why I say that is because the Seven of Diamonds, 7 is always destiny, 7 is karma. Everything in the universe is 7. We have 7 musical notes, we have 7 chakras, we have 7 colors in a rainbow, we have 7 days in a week, we have 7 sacred directions, we have 7 archangels, we have 7, everything is 7, 7, 7, 7. And, it's the connectivity, it's the fiber, that ties, that ties us into anything and everything, on some levels. This is somebody that's part of your karma that's coming into your lifetime. And I believe the Ace of Spades means that there's something you're supposed to be learning from each other. It's not going to last forever, but it's going to prove for a very, very interesting 2022. Even though he may not sound like the greatest, only looks with one eye, etc., believe it or not, you have been brought into each other's life to elevate one another. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
And if you would like your reading from Richard in person, call him.
Absolutely, or torontotarot.com. Now, keep in mind, when I read in person, I don't use cards. I prefer the playing cards over the tarot cards because they're quick, for things like this. But first and foremost, I'm a channeler. If you read my website, that's what I do. I hold an object and I tell you all about your life, So, but the cards are kind of fun, so.
Yeah, we were talking about the cards beforehand, and I pulled out this deck, and anybody who's seen me in person, which, by the way, if you want a reading from your queen.
Look at the camera.
Oh, if you want a reading from your queen, just call the spa near the tracks.
Hang on a second.
Here's the number.
There we go.
There, and set up an appointment. I do have a couple of dates coming. Well, I still have a couple of dates in November open, the last Friday and Saturday in November. So you can see me then. And I will be opening up a few more days in December. But anybody who's seen me there has seen me use this particular deck. And this deck right here, these playing cards used to belong to the late, great Bruce Meyer. And very much have his personality. He liked these because they had 4 jokers. A joker of every suit. Like here's the Joker of Diamonds. And I've enjoyed it too because it's like, oh, that's the Ace of Diamonds. But the jokers look very similar to that. And I like using this deck because it's got double the beginnings. So it's always like, it helps you to see what's new.
Absolutely. Bruce was amazing.
I remember one time I had this fella at my table who was most difficult. And he did not want to hear anything I had to say. And he did not want to leave. So I finally get done with him. And this was back when I smoked. So it was that long ago. And I kind of stomped out. And I'm standing there just pouting and smoking my cigarette. And Bruce just casually stands next to me, and he's looking straight ahead, and he lights his cigarette, and he goes, so what'd you tell him?
So, a fun fact, Bruce and I have the same birthday, February 3rd.
Oh, yeah? I'm sure that's a holiday. Does anybody know? Let us know here in the chat.
I think it's the day after Groundhog Day. Because that's February 2nd, isn't it?
Oh, it's Bill Murray Day.
Bill Murray Day.
There you go.
I'm all right. I love the Caddyshack. Especially the scene where he drops the O. Henry bar into the swimming pool, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just a very, very mature individual. Right? It never gets old. I laugh at it.
It is so hard to pick his best movie.
I know, right?
Anyhow. Our next question is from Mary Ann, who would also like a general reading from Richard.
Mary Ann, okay. Makes me think of Gilligan's Island. Everybody had a thing for Ginger. I always liked Mary Ann.
I thought she was prettier too.
She just had this natural, pretty mom's apple pie, you know, down to earth. And Mary Ann rocked. Let me see. Ace of Hearts. King of Diamonds. 2 of Hearts. Again, the one thing that is distinctive about the King of Diamonds, he's waving by. This is somebody that may be exiting from your life this year. It very well could be a romantic interest, okay, due to choices either on your part or on his part. I don't know if that's good news or bad news. All I can do is tell you what I'm reading from the cards, you know? Maybe it's good news, maybe it's bad news, but it's only so that you can find yourself. The Ace of Hearts shows that by the end of the year, it's going to be a very, very transformative experience, and I think you're going to be very, very happy about the way your romantic future looks.
Okay, anything to add, Sally?
Oh, no, I was just...
okay, all right, fine.
Marianne's got to be, well,
Oh, no, we have lots of questions. That's fine.
Do we?
Yes. Mitchell would like to know about love life and work life.
Ooh.
And he's yelling at us in all blocks.
Oh. Okay. Okay, love life and work life for Mitchell. So let's just look at Mitchell's life, and hopefully a little bit of both will come through. Okay, now I'll start. And so your 3 cards. 1, 2, 3, just like that. And, well, look at that. Got love. Got the sun upside down.
King of Wands.
King of Wands. Okay, so starting out, you want, as far as your love life, you've got the 8 of Cups here. And this particular 8 of Cups, if you look at the cups, it doesn't talk, it talks about the little challenges that life has. And you look at the couple behind it, and they're still together. So it's a reminder to you as to what you're looking at for love. There was a movie, what was called Bronx Story, where the fella the old hero told the young guy that when you get into a car, you what is it? You see if you let her in, and you see if she leans over and unlocks the door for you.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Movie. Yeah.
And this is the same sort of thing. Remember what you want in a girl. You want the one that's going to take the time to lean over and unlock the door for you. Okay? So you're looking for a 50-50 kind of relationship. You've got the sun, but it's the sun reversed. And the sun is one of the most brilliant cards in the deck. And it does tell me that there is potential here. But it's also saying that it's up to you to realize that and realize your own happiness. You know, happiness isn't a destination. It rests between your ears. And so a lot of times happiness is a choice. You know, and so just remember that. Choose to be happy. Choose to see the good things in life. And I think that might have a bit to do with your job. Because sometimes, especially these, you know, especially if you have somebody who has a better job or brags a lot, you get discontent with your job. Don't let yourself fall into discontentment, because that leads you down like a negative porthole. So with your job, keep your chin up and keep a positive attitude. And with relationships, remember that it's helpful to have somebody who's willing to help. Remember, they're supposed to be 50-50. And this one, which I will end my reading on, the King of Wands. And the King of Wands represents you, Mitchell. We know that that you're a younger fellow, but you're coming into your own, and you're more or less getting control of your life. When you look at him, and the King of Wands is a bit of a bohemian king. He is fiery, but he's in charge here. And just his posture lets you know he's in charge. So the path that you're on is a good one, and this is where it leads you, Mitchell. What do you see?
Well, there's somebody coming into your life. She's the Queen of Diamonds. Okay. She may be going through a bit of a separation, or just coming out of something with somebody. There's a little bit of sacrifice involved, and there's going to be a lot of time and a lot of listening. She's going to be going through some financial stuff because of her separation, but I think that she might be the girl for you if you're patient, and I think you're going to know it. Always trust your vibes, Mitchell. Okay? If you feel something, you got to go with it. Your mind can get confused, and your heart's just a freaking idiot. But always trust your vibes, because vibes never lie, right? And I think you're going to meet this girl, and you're going to feel something. And, you know, if you put a little bit of time and effort into it, by the end of 2022, you could be happy.
He could be happy tomorrow.
He could be.
Just choose to be.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Well, they've got you working tonight, Richard. Marcy would like a general reading.
Okay,
Marcy is our YouTube channel moderator.
Oh, very nice. Part of the mod squad. See what I did? Okay. Well, let me see. 2 of Spades. 6 of Hearts. 4 of Diamonds. Very, very balanced spread. 2 is always tough choices. Okay? There's never a good time to make a tough decision. Now, because you've got the 6 of Hearts and the 4 of Diamonds with it, it makes it hard for me to decipher if it's a decision with love and relationship, or if it's a decision when it comes to finances and investing. It'll be one of the two. You're going to be making that choice at some point around February, March. Whatever it is bringing balance into your life in general. The 6 of Hearts says it's not going to be a bad year for romance, but it may be a year of some changes and, you know, a little bit of sacrifice on both sides. It's not a bad spread. I think by summertime, you're going to be feeling a lot more confident than where you are right now.
Well, there we are. Our next question is from Anastasia, who's looking for messages.
Sally's the medium. I'm out of this one.
I'm not the medium.
Sally doesn't like doing mediumship.
Oh.
That's my thing,
Well,
actually.
you see, it's not that I like or don't like it.
Well-
I just don't know what the heck I'm doing because I'm not a medium.
Okay, so you want messages, and you do messages, and you do guide messages.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the runes, and ooh, there's two that just want to jump into my hand. So I'm going to say that those are your messages. Okay, and the first one is I was. It's a spear. It's the rune of the hunter. It's telling me, Anastasia, that this is a good time for you to look at what's out there. You know, this is a good time for you to be on the move. This is a good time for you to look to improve your job, improve your living situation, anything. This is a time for you to be the hunter. So whatever you want, this is the time to go for it. And then to add to that, and this one isn't easy to see, so I hope you can see it. It looks like a little Flintstone C, and this is a rune that's called Kenaz. And for a rune that's hard to see, that's just a manufactured thing. This is torch. And so it goes right with being the rune of the hunter. You know, light your torch. Don't wait around. You know, I think that you have some big dreams, and now is the time for you to make them happen. You know, don't have dreams, have goals, and give yourself time milestones. You know, but start making things happen for yourself, because the energies and the energy are right with you to move forward, Anastasia. That's what your guides are telling you.
Well, there we are. Sharon wants to know about changes to her job.
Okay.
Well, let's take a look. Got the 5 of hearts, so you're not totally content with where you are right now. 5 of diamonds. Again, if this one's a 5, we're going to the casino. 9 of spades. Oh, the 9 of spades. You're not happy where you are right now. You're not happy, you're not content. I feel like you've outgrown the situation and it's time for change. 5 of sacrifice. You're probably not looking forward to going to work anymore. There is change coming for you, but you have to rediscover the passion in what you're doing. Okay? I think that this is a year, these next 6 months more specifically is a year of self-reflection. You're getting ready to move onward and upward because there's a lot around you right now that you got to leave behind. It's not doing anything for you anymore, you know? And if you don't, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a slave to a paycheck, but I just feel like you could be so much more, you know? And these next 6 months is going to define that for you, but it's going to take some soul searching.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Oh, Sally's got something.
Yeah, I just reached in and grabbed 2 runes. The first one you have is Isa, and Isa is actually one of the Norns or the Fate runes, and it's the Norn. It's of the now, so it means act in the now. So it goes right with that. Don't let yourself stay in a situation that you're unhappy with. The cards wouldn't be telling you about it if you couldn't do something about it. And this is kind of backing it up. And this is Ansus, it's ancestral God, and it basically says your guides and your ancestors agree with this assessment. Yeah, I think that you have a lot of talent there that you're just not taking advantage of, and you really do have to, have a little passion to realize your full talent and your full ability.
If you don't, the rest of your life can be a long time. You know, something I tell people, you work 8 hours a day and you sleep 8 hours a day. And that leaves you 8 hours to either watch Netflix or build an empire. And it all depends on what you want out of life, and it's your choice. Maybe 4 hours if you got a family, but that's still a long time. And if you start working on it now, I think by summer you could be finding a few different directions to, apply yourself in and within 2 to 3 years, you could be a totally different person.
Well, look at that. Our next question comes from Starfall, who's looking for a general reading from Richard.
Okay.
It's 9:55, so we'll be wrapping this up pretty soon.
5 of clubs. Starfall is a fallen angel. Let me see. 2 of hearts. 6 of diamonds. I only say that because the 5 of clubs says Starfall may have lived a little bit. You know, she might be one of these people that's decided to go to that school that they call life. You know, but I love people like that. I went to the school of life, you know. Not all of us are meant to be in the box, you know, kind of people, different. There's some of us out there, we're just Fruit Loops in a whole world of Cheerios, you know, and something tells me that Starfall is another one of them. Glory, hallelujah, praise be the gospel. I hear you, sister. So, the 5 of clubs. The 2 of hearts means you have some relationship choices to make between now and summer. I think that they're going to be very, very good choices because the 6 of diamonds means a very, very productive partner. I think that you're either making sacrifices or making choices between now and summer that's going to lead you to productivity in a relationship with somebody, either existing or new. Okay? 5 of clubs just means you have to draw from your past experience. Instinctively, I just know you have a lot of experience to draw from, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, seriously, this is good. Sally?
No.
Okay.
If you would like to get a reading from Richard, his website is torontotarot.com. His email is richardravenhawk@yahoo.com. And the phone number is 416-898, I can't read the rest from here.
4295. It spells hawk, actually. 898 hawk. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, HAWK. You know, I got it way back in 1990, maybe 91. And it was when the internet was first coming out and becoming really big. And, you know, so TELUS had this thing where if you applied online, you got to choose your own number. So I thought, how do you spell hawk? Just 4295. So 416-898 hawk. 4295.
That's great. Thank you for being our guest tonight, Richard. It was awesome having you on. I know everybody had a great time. If I didn't get to your question, please send Sally an email. The address is on your screen, queenofoogaboga@gmail.com. And if you'd like to get a reading in person from Sally, go call the Spa near the tracks at 519-272-1293. And our last segment is Crystal Therapy Cards.
Yes. And so this is for everybody to choose one for the week. You have pick card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3. Which card resonates with you this week? Card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? Did you pick card number 1? If you pick card number 1, you pick kyanite. And, you know, I love kyanite. Actually, one of my favorite earrings is some kyanite dangly earrings that my cousin made for me.
Oh, nice.
Hi, Chris. Okay, so if you pick number 1, you have a week where the spirit is protecting you. So you have a week that you might find a little bit of peace. I really like the energies of kyanite, and they kind of, it's sort of a self-cleaning sort of thing, and it deflects negativity. So you might have an easier time this week moving forward and dealing with some difficult people. So this might be your time to deal with some of the more difficult ones. Did you pick card number 2? If you pick card number 2, then you picked quartz. And quartz is a good all-purpose crystal. And this is going to be a good all-purpose week. So whatever your goals are, feel that you're empowered. And it's a week for you to show confidence, because quartz does have that fire energy, so it's a good thing to use for confidence. And you can actually program quartz. So this is a week where you'll be able to push your limits and be a little bit more adaptable, a little bit more malleable. So take a few chances this week, be more confident than usual. And last but not least, did you pick card number 3? If you picked card number 3, you picked a lovely labradorite. And I love labradorite. It's the Canadian opal. And one thing I love about labradorite, it's a dark stone, but it has all these rainbows in it. So it's sort of like an unexpected light. And this week, wear your lipstick, wear your mascara, wear your smile, wear your best clothes. Walk a little taller, because people are going to see the good in you this week. So be confident, okay? And thank you for tuning in this week and every week, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. for Psych Sundays Live, right here on the Queen of Ooga Boogie YouTube channel. Have a great week, everybody.
Have a good night.